Thank you for tuning into the broadcast of The Earth is Hollow. In today's program, I will present a legitimate argument using scientific fact and eyewitness accounts that the Earth is hollow. Even Columbus's belief in the existence of a new world across the Atlantic was considered a dream of a madman. Equally strange in our time is the belief in the existence of a new world, a subterranean world, in the hollow interior of the Earth, and which is an unknown to present humanity as the American continent was to Europeans prior to its discovery by Christopher Columbus. Yet there is no reason why it may not be discovered and its existence established as a fact. Let's begin by examining what we know about the Earth, shall we? The total surface of the Earth is 197 million square miles, and its estimated weight is 6 sextillion tons. If the Earth was a solid sphere, it would weigh much more. The crust of the Earth has a thickness of 800 miles, while its hollow interior has a diameter of 6,400 miles. The Earth is not a true sphere, but is flattened at the poles, or rather it begins to flatten out as one approaches a hypothetical North and South Pole, which really do not exist because the openings to its hollow interior begin there. The poles so long sought by early explorers are phantoms. The Earth is hollow. When explorers thought they reached the pole, they were misled by the eccentric behavior of the compass in high altitudes, north and south. Such is the case when explorers Robert Peary and Frederick Cook, neither of whom really reached the North Pole. Scientists adduce that starting at 70 to 75 degrees north and south latitude, the Earth starts to curve in. The pole is simply the outer rim of a magnetic circle around the polar opening. That is why all the explorers who claim to have discovered the pole near to 90 degrees were dumbfounded by the inexplicable action of the compass and its tendency to point vertically upward. Now let us examine water ice pack or ice barrier. We'll start by asking the question, where do icebergs originate? Each winter this ring of ice is formed from fresh water which flows out from the inside of the Earth. During the winter months, billions of tons of free-flowing fresh water coming from rivers inside the Earth and flowing toward the outside through the polar openings freeze at their mouth and form mountains of freshwater ice, whose presence in this region would be inexplicable if the Earth was a solid sphere. In summertime, huge icebergs miles long break off and float to the outside of the Earth, and here is my next argument. These icebergs are composed of fresh water, when there could exist only salt water at the poles. Since this is the case, and since all water on the outside of the Earth in these regions is salty, the fresh water of which these icebergs are composed must come from its interior. And inside the icebergs, mammoths and other huge tropical animals believed to be of prehistoric origin, because they have never been seen on the Earth's surface, have been found in a perfect state of preservation. Some of them have been found to have green vegetation in their mouths and stomachs at the time they were suddenly frozen. And they were the observations of Admiral Byrd of a huge mammoth-like creature in what he described in The Land Beyond the Pole, which he discovered. I asked the question, could the mammoths be really animals now inhabiting the interior of the Earth, which have been carried to the surface by rivers and frozen inside of the ice that form when the rivers reach the surface, forming glaciers and icebergs? Many polar explorers not only mention animals but also flora vegetation in the extreme north. Also many animals like the muskox strangely migrate northward in winter, which it would only do if it reached a warmer land there. And repeatedly, Arctic explorers have observed bears heading northward into an area where there cannot be food for them if there was no polar openings into a warmer region. Foxes also were found north of the 80th parallel heading north, obviously well fed. Without exception, Arctic explorers agree that, strangely, the further north one gets after a certain latitude, the warmer it gets. Invariably, a north wind brings warmer weather. Coniferous trees were found drifting ashore coming from the far north. Butterflies and bees were found in the far north, and even mosquitoes, but they are not found hundreds of miles to the south, and not until Canadian and Alaskan climate areas conducive to such insect life are reached. Unknown varieties of flowers were also found in the extreme north. Birds resembling snipe, but unlike any known species of bird, was seen to come from the north and to return there. Eskimo tribes have left unmistakable traces of their migration by their temporary camps, always advancing northward. Southern Eskimos speak of tribes that live in the far north. The Eskimos hold the belief that their ancestors came from a land of paradise in the extreme north. At a July 17, 1996 news conference, the findings were announced by Columbia University scientists describing the situation. Earth's interior is in a spin, as being virtually a planet within a planet. The outer planet is called Earth. The faster spinning inner core is solid yet extremely hot iron, just a bit smaller than the Moon. The Columbia University scientists stated that the inner core was moving quickly enough between 0.4 and 1.8 degrees annually to once every 4 centuries, which would make it one further lap ahead of the Earth's surface. Such a condition is not known for any other planet or rocky body in the universe. Our planet's special quality was discovered when tracking of seismic waves showed unexpected patterns. The hollow Earth theory has so far remained just a theory to the public. But for those who have been there, their stories cannot be denied, and their extraordinary experiences that so far cannot be explained, which points to something strange happening there. Is the Earth hollow? It is my belief that the answer will be revealed in a not-too-distant future, shattering the existing unrealistic paradigm. Thanks for watching. The Earth is Hollow.